this exercise is an alternate row, guys. So the way we're going to do it is I'm going to set up wide on the feet. So you want to be shoulder width or maybe marginally wider. And then what I want to try and do from here is I'm going to go back nice and square. I want a straight line from my shoulder all the way to my ankle. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to row with one side, and with the opposite hand, I'm going to come up and touch the cable. This is going to prevent this arm from doing any work. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to alternate, just like that. A little bit of a twist on that as well, and I'm just making sure I'm keeping my elbows tucked in the whole time. Just like that. Let's get you guys to try it. Basic push-ups for this exercise. So you can see that I've got my feet together and my arms are at a comfortable width. So for me, I like to emphasize on the triceps, so I keep my elbows tucked in. If you prefer to do a chest push-up, then that's okay as well. Important thing is no arching and no dipping of the back. So you've got to keep a straight line from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. Your turn to try this one. A basic exercise for this one, guys. We're going to work a chest press. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to suspend myself forward, soft straight arms like that, and I'm going to drop down. Now I want to make sure my elbows are as high as my shoulders, okay? So it's a straight line and I'm pushing perpendicular just like that, okay? Now as I come in, I've got to be conscious not to do anything funky with my body. I want to keep my core active, so I want to keep a straight line from my shoulder all the way to my ankle. Okay, so it's basically just like a push-up on an angle, just like that. Now, you can make it harder or easier simply by stepping back and forth. So if you step back, you're going to produce more angle, it's going to get harder, and if you step forward, it's exactly the opposite. It's going to get easier. Let's get you guys to try it. Okay, working an extend and retract from a plank position for this one. So this involves using your hands to take 4 steps forward and then holding your extended plank and then working your way back, retracting into a regular plank position. And then we're going to go again. Your turn to try this one. Okay guys, we're going to work some biceps curls for this one, but we're going to do it from the invisible chair. So watch what I do. I'm going to set up just like that, and I'm going to hit the bicep curls, but I'm not going to lift. Okay, so the trick here is I'm maintaining the same position. It's just that my angle's changing because of the biceps curl. Making sure I'm keeping my elbows right in front of me, and I'm drawing a pair of parallel lines. Okay, so this is going to really focus on the peak of the biceps. Let's get you guys to try it. Hindu push-up for this exercise. So feet and hands at shoulder width, raised right up to start with, and then it's a dipping push-up. So you're going to dip all the way down and work your way back to the top again. Your turn to try this one. Okay, we're going to work some hammer grip triceps extensions for this one, guys. So I'm going to go palm to palm in that hammer grip. And then from here, I'm just going to drop into my triceps extension and squeeze back out. Now I want to make sure my elbows are glued to my ribs the whole time. And I want to make sure I keep a nice straight plank body. Just like that. Full range of movement. Steady, controlled, and like I said, elbows tucked right in. Let's get you guys to try it. X crunches for this exercise. So basically, it's just a reach with your hands to the opposite knee. So we're going to get that torso rotation happening. You've got to make sure that your lower back stays on the floor. We're lifting the shoulder blades and just crunching at an angle. Your turn to try this one. Alright guys, for this exercise we're going to work some rows, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. Once we get to the end of the row, I'm going to show you guys from here. Once I get to the end of it, I'm going to put a little pulse in there and back. So basically what I'm doing is I'm squeezing twice. Okay, a little bit more emphasis on your biceps and on your lats as well. And it's just going to make it a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure you guys will be fine through it. A couple of things to watch out for. Just make sure your elbows are staying tucked in and you want to pull underneath your chest where your ribs are. You don't want to be up here, too much pressure on your elbows, so you want to drop it down a little. Make sure the elbows are tucked right in, and also make sure you're keeping that straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle. Let's get you guys to have a go. Lateral reach from a plank for this exercise. So all I'm doing is I'm shifting my weight from one elbow to the other and using the opposite hand to reach out with a straight arm perpendicular to your body. Just alternating from left to right and just making sure you're keeping that straight line from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. Your turn to try this one. Alright guys, we're going to work a single arm press for this one. So the way it's going to work, I'm going to start off with wide feet. So I want to make sure I've got a nice sturdy base. And my arm's right in front of me, just the one arm. I'm going to use the other one, place it on my hip, and I want to stay nice and square. So I'm going to drop into a chest press, but just on one side. And squeeze back out and finish right there. Okay, so you can see my body's staying nice and square, and my elbow is nice and high. So it's the same as if I'm doing chest presses off both sides, except just have to stabilize a little bit more, and there's a little bit more pressure on the opposite hip as well, just because you've got to stabilize for yourself. Just like that. Then we're going to switch it up, switch arms, and then hit the other side for 60 seconds as well. Your turn. Rookie push-up for this exercise. So rather than doing your push-up from your feet, we're just going to do it from our knees. Now, very important with this one, you've got to maintain a straight line from your shoulder to your knee. Where people go wrong with this one is they lift their bum and it takes away the core engagement. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that. Because you're on your knees and it's a fairly easy push-up, let's try and make it nice and deep. Let's go down all the way and come straight back up. Your turn to try this one. We're going to work some reverse flies for this one, guys. So I'm going to go feet together and I'm going to suspend myself. Now I want to make sure I've got soft straight arms. So I want a straight line from my shoulder all the way to the anchor point, and I want another straight line from my shoulder all the way to my ankle. So this is my starting position right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze out, okay, squeeze those shoulder blades together and finish right here. You can see as I extend out, I try and make a perfect T. And releasing it slowly, just like that. Okay, a couple of things to watch out for. Just make sure you're protecting your wrists. So what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to do this. It's got to be like that, protected wrist the whole time. Okay, and the other thing is, don't allow your bum to drop out. So you want to make sure you're maintaining your line throughout your exercise. Let's get you guys to try this one. half burpee for this exercise. Now this is a nice low impact version of a burpee, and it's much easier. Basically all we're doing is we're dropping down. There's no push-up component, and there's also no jump at the end of it. So we're taking the joint impact away from this exercise. So just drop down, get into that prone position, and then get straight back up and start from the beginning. Your turn to try this one. A wide rollout for this one, guys. So basically, it's not an abdominal rollout. It's not an abs rollout where you're pushing straight up. And it's also not a fly. It's halfway between. So you're at a 10-10. I'm going to show you guys. So from here, I'm going to get out to a 10 past 10 right there. And squeeze back, finish there. So I'm going to get the benefits of both the fly and the abs rollout all in the same technique, okay? So just out this way. And squeeze and come back. Okay, you want to make sure you keep your body nice and straight throughout, so you can see I'm not breaching form, I'm not doing any of that, and then I'm just keeping my arms soft straight as well the whole time. So just opening up and closing. Your turn. Mountain climber from a prone floor position for this one. So you notice that I'm nice and light on my toes. The front foot doesn't touch the floor at all, okay? All your weight is on 3 points, your back foot as well as your two hands. Try and maintain your height as well as you can, and just nice lengthy mountain climbers for this one. Your turn. here's one for you guys. Now you've done slider push-ups before or slider presses. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the reverse. We're going to do a slider T-row. So the way we're going to do it, I'm going to set up like I'm about to go into a T-row. Now one arm's a T-row and the other one is a fly. Okay? And I'm going to meet in the middle and then I'm going to switch arms. Just like that. So I'm going to make sure the arm that's doing the T-row, it's staying nice and high, my elbow's staying out, okay? And the arm that's doing the fly is just there for support. It's a nice, soft, straight line. Making sure I'm protecting my wrist so I'm not doing any of that. Keeping it nice and straight. And you want to finish in a straight line, so it's got to be a T. Okay, we're just going to alternate from there. Let's get you guys to try this one for yourselves. Push-ups with alternating knee strikes for this one. Your turn. Okay guys, here's a hard one. We're going to work some dips for this one. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go feet together, knees squeezing together, and I'm just going to drop back into my dips position from here. So just dropping straight down and picking it back up. So it's an assisted dip so that you can get some assistance from your legs to help you out. Now, it's fairly hard to stabilize just because you're on loose cables, but let's have a go at it. You guys will be right. calf rollover for this exercise. You can see I'm using vertical arms in order to give me a guide, and I'm trying to keep my knees as straight as I can while throwing up those rollovers. Now I'm going to come back down, but I'm going to make sure I don't touch the floor, so you want that engagement of the lower abs, and then going straight back into it once again. Your turn. Leaning forward with your hands clasped together behind you and lifting right up into a rotator cuff stretch. Now you can place your forehead on the floor for support if you like, and we just want to keep pushing up and really trying to get into those rotator cuffs. Hold this position for another 30 seconds. Working an overhead triceps stretch for this one. So you can see that Lauren is clasping her hands together, one from above and one from underneath, and really squeezing those triceps. Now, if you're having difficulty or if your hands don't reach, you can take your opposite arm and press onto that top elbow as opposed to doing an S grip the way Lauren's doing it. Let's hold one side, and very shortly we're going to switch over and do the other side as well. Okay, let's switch arms now and let's go to the other side. We want to work a twisted biceps and rotator cuff stretch with this one. Holding an arm straight and perpendicular to your body, we're going to drop our weight down on that shoulder and we just want to twist away. You can see that Lauren's using her foot to really twist the body away, and you should be getting a really good biceps, rotator cuff and chest stretch on that side. Let's hold this position for another 30 seconds. Okay, let's switch it up now and do the exact same stretch on the other side.
Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now.
If you enjoyed this workout segment, please assist us by liking and sharing. Remember to subscribe for your daily workout fix.